All right. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to have Sarah on Zoom today. We're just going to be talking a little bit more about the coaching and the work that we did together with eating psychology, mind, body, nutrition. So Sarah, welcome. Thanks so much for being here today. And can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do, all that good stuff?
Hey everyone. So I am a nurse. I do laser hair removal actually, so a little bit different. Used to do a bunch of other kind of nursing stuff. But I just recently moved out to Nebraska. I was in Colorado for a long time, which is how I know Sierra. I can't even remember exactly how we met, but I've known her for I think like 6 years.
Yeah, it's
Um,
been a long time. We've done a lot of different like work together. When I was doing like MLM, I think we met through like Beachbody actually
Beach
way back
body.
6 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. Long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, and then, I just keep an eye on all the stuff she does. So when she starts, posting about certain things, I was keeping an eye on it. And then I saw her, one day, talk about her new stuff and how she helps people with, their eating and just being more peace with food. So I was like, all right, I want more information. Give me
yeah,
a call. Tell me all
yeah,
about it.
yeah. Yeah, it's so cool. Well, I'm so glad you're here today. And since we're kind of talking about the past, um, thinking back to that time where, like, what was going on in your life and why did you decide to start coaching?
So it was during COVID, kind of like right in the middle of when it started. So, I feel like a lot of people were just like, oh my gosh, I can't control anything. And,
Yeah.
just maybe going on a diet or maybe not even caring and just kind
Mhm.
of cycling through the same thing you do again and again and again. So
Yeah.
I was kind of at the point where I think in the beginning of COVID, I was just eating everything in sight.
Yeah.
And then came the day again where I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go on a diet. I need to lose all this weight. Like all of like that guilt.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to do a diet. But then I saw your post and it was like, honestly, I didn't even know what it was about. I thought
Yeah.
maybe, oh, she'll help me lose weight. I thought maybe it was just something like before, you're going to tell
Yeah.
me what to eat, what to do, how I'm going to drop 10 pounds in a week, all of that kind of stuff. I had
Yeah.
no idea. Um, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to see what she has to offer, what's working for her. So I, commented, I was like, all right, give me a call. I'm ready to do something, even
Right.
though I didn't know what that was going to be yet.
Right. Yeah. I think you're in such, that was like, it's such a place that I think a lot of people start out with coaching is they're just tired of the diet cycle. They're tired of always dieting or like it's never working or they keep gaining the weight and they just want a different approach. So yeah, so I guess how has coaching through the last few months or it's been like 6 months
Yeah.
ish. I feel like time flew by. But how would you
Mhm.
say that coaching together has really helped you overcome like that need to diet and that need to fix and change and like this guilt and shame? How would you say coaching has kind of helped you through that?
Well, I mean, every time we would have a call, we would touch on different things. So it was really about just learning what my body was telling me.
Yeah.
And learning, to actually read what it's telling me to do. Do I really want that, big plate of cheese and crackers at 11 o'clock at night? Or do I really just want a hug from my husband and to watch TV and just get
Yeah.
some attention? So it's really just, actually listening to what your body's telling you.
Yeah.
And, we would talk about my feelings and it's not even, just all about food. It was, you were there to say, okay, but what did you really want at that time? What did you need?
Yeah.
Did you really want that whole bottle of wine? Is
Yeah.
that really what your body needed? Or did you really just, maybe talk to your mom on the phone or,
Right.
fulfill whatever that other void was that you're
Yes.
filling with the food?
Exactly.
So yeah, I thought that was a huge one because now, you just read your body better. You just
Yeah.
know what it's asking for and what it needs
Yeah.
without the guilt.
Yes, you can trust. I think a lot of the work that we did was around like this emotional eating, this eating at night. And then also just being able to, again, like you kind of said, trust myself again. Like I can trust that my body is telling me what it needs. I know when I'm hungry, I know when I'm not, or even like have a conversation with yourself. Like you said, like, okay, what do I really need right now? Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe I do need a glass of wine. Maybe I really just, like you said, need a hug. Like I need some like connection, you
Yeah.
know? So that's
Mm-hmm.
so huge, like those tools, because those will be there forever. That ability to trust yourself and really ask yourself and tune into like, what do I actually need right now? No matter what
Mm-hmm.
other, well, 2020 is almost over, but no matter what else 2020 throws at you, and maybe even 2021, like feeling confident that you can handle like whatever that stress is without having to turn to food. Every,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And I also feel like, I've come to the point too where I don't feel guilty. If I want that glass of wine, I'm going to have it and I'm going to
right.
enjoy it. And then I'm going to move on with the next day.
Exactly. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that guilt is gone. And from the work we do together, and especially that eating psychology piece is the guilt and the shame around what you're eating or drinking, for example, is a heck of a lot worse than just enjoying the wine itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that
Yeah.
guilt that triggers that stress response. And especially being a nurse, like you get those biological processes in our body that get activated when
Mm-hmm.
you're stressed. So I think it really clicked
Yeah.
like really quickly for you too. There I was like, oh yeah, of course that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like you touched on a lot so far, but were there any other like aha moments or takeaways that you look back and really feel like that was a big moment for you?
One of the big ones is that I'm allowed to feel sad at the end of a meal because it's over because I really enjoyed it. And
Yes.
and I didn't know that was a thing. I thought, oh, other people can't feel like that. There's no way.
Yeah.
But it's okay if I have an awesome meal and I really, really enjoyed it. I'm allowed to be kind of upset it's gone,
Yeah.
but I can have it another day, which,
Yes.
that's one of those things that it kind of stuck with me because I'm like, I really do enjoy food. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'm sad when it's done. And that's okay.
Yes, I love that. I love that because I think you're right. I think a lot of people think that they're the only one that like is obsessively loving food, and it's like, oh, I don't want this to be over, so they keep eating past where
Mhm.
they feel good, and they feel guilty about it. But really, it's like you get to tell yourself like it's okay to be sad. If I really
Mhm.
want more of this ice cream and whatever in an hour, I can totally have it. It's like that
Yeah.
allowance, right? It's that allowance of food.
Mhm.
And it's totally okay to be sad when
Yeah.
it's done. Yeah. I
Yeah.
noticed that with, I just have to share this because this happened last night with my daughter with Halloween candy. So her sucker was gone and she was like, but I didn't want it to be gone. And I'm like, yeah, it is really sad when something you're eating is gone, but
Mhm.
we can have another sucker tomorrow if we want, so that
Right.
the same exact conversation, like, yeah, it's okay to be sad. So yeah, that's so
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So would you recommend coaching with me and why?
Yeah. I absolutely would. So I feel like a huge thing is you have to invest in yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you. So why wouldn't I ask for help? And that's another thing too. I think a lot of people are like, if I ask for help, that means I'm struggling. That means something's wrong. It's okay. You can ask for help. You don't have to do it alone. You can have somebody guide you through it. There's somebody else that's done it themselves. You've been through this. You know that, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to feel guilty one day about food, and you're going to tell me it's okay,
Yeah.
and we're going to talk through it. And so sometimes you just need somebody else's perspective and,
Yeah.
and like their expertise, you know, they've been through it and they can help you through it. And I thought, you were so non-judgmental and just made
Yeah.
me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So, if I was feeling, uncomfortable about my body, I could talk to you about it. And
Right.
then by the end of the call, I had better skills to deal with it next time.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. So good. Is there anything else that you'd want to share with people who may be on the fence or like nervous about kind of starting the kind of work that we do together?
Yeah. I mean, just reach out. I feel like just reach
Yeah.
out and see what it's about even. If you
Yeah.
decide it's not for you, that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it is later on. But
Right.
I mean, I feel like everybody deserves it, you know. Don't don't just try and do it by yourself.
Yeah.
If there's people that can help, I feel like, get that help.
Yeah.
It's it's amazing. Like, I'm so glad that I did it, because I would be in that same diet cycle. I would still be unhappy. I would feel
Yeah.
guilty about eating the Halloween candy, and I don't feel that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just eating is peaceful. And I know I told you before, I would wake up and I would think, oh my gosh, what am I going to have for breakfast? What am I going to have for dinner? What am I going
Yeah.
to have for lunch? And I would say it to my husband, like, okay, well, what are we going to do for dinner? And he's like, we haven't even had breakfast yet. Why are we even thinking about dinner right now? I was so
Right.
upset
Yeah.
with, oh my gosh, I have to know what we're going to eat.
Right.
And now I can just wake up and have whatever my body tells me it wants to have.
Yeah.
And then, when lunch comes, I'll have whatever I feel like I want to have. Or
Right.
if I
So
want a salad, I'm going
peaceful.
to have that salad. If I want pizza, I'm going to have that pizza,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
it's just so much easier.
Yes.
And why wouldn't you want to have that,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one less thing you have to stress about, because life is stressful enough.
Yeah, no, that's such a good point. Yeah, so good. I think you just painted such a beautiful picture of like really what my goal is with guiding clients is like for eating to really be easy, like something that you shouldn't have to think about except for like, yeah, I want to nourish my body and like in this moment right now, what do I want?
Yeah.
And being able to trust yourself again. And again, you alluded to this, and it's like I want to focus on things that I care about, that are important in my life, and where
Mhm.
I want to put my energy, and obsessing about food is not one of those things.
Yeah.
That's so huge. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for everything you've shared. And it was an absolute joy and just so much fun talking. Especially as like, you were moving and this, kind of like just doing life with you for a little while. So it was such an
Mhm.
honor and a pleasure to be in your life during that time. And I really hope that this testimonial video, that what we talked about today kind of helps someone understand a little bit more and maybe get the courage they need to reach out if they need it. So again, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much.